Already the third games of the day for each of these two teams. Pennsylvania Blue with a 4-0 semifinal victory over New Jersey Navy to get their way into the title game. Pennsylvania Blue in blue, attacking left to right. New York Downstate in white, moving from right to left. And our first of 4 games underway, which should be a great day of lacrosse.
Yeah, it's really impressive anytime you can score in a clean sheet in lacrosse. It is very, very difficult to do. I've never been a part of a shutout in either a broadcast or a game, but that I played in. So certainly impressive defensive work from New York.
It'll be 10 minutes of running clock, 4 quarters. Each coach will get 1 timeout in each half, should they choose to use it. Opening possession, little disjointed here for Pennsylvania Blue. New York Downstate looks to emerge with the turnover. They do. A team comprised primarily of players from the Empire State and from Connecticut as well. Of course, sort of downstate New York, the Long Island area, one of the many hotbeds in the Northeast of lacrosse. And now we'll get our first peek at the New York Downstate offense. Again, fresh off of a semifinal win, there was not a whole lot of time in between semifinal and final for these two teams. And Pennsylvania Blue looks to turn it right back to the right side of the field.
Yeah, certainly a little nervy start from both of these teams. I probably just a high energy getting into the championship game. You know, you're going to be playing against a good team. You look for them to settle in a little bit here in these next couple of possessions and get back to what got them here.
PA Blue out of the back 10. Semi-final matchups, due to the sheer amount of games they got to fit in just 2 days, slightly shortened. That's why you'll see some of the goals a little bit fewer from the previous round. Again, that 4-0 final in favor of Pennsylvania Blue. Still looking for their first shot on goal.
Excellent defense. They're trying to clear that right side lane for the dodge there, and she just got turned away. I think one thing you'll notice throughout the day is the additional contact that we're seeing the officials allow. Obviously, when you get to the college game, you've got a bunch of players who are likely to be playing at the Division I level. There's quite a bit more contact at that level. So I suspect it'll tighten up as we get to some of the younger players later in the day. But it's nice to see the officials let them play a college style of game.
Well, you saw the keeper coming to aid some of the cause. And again, after a lengthy Pennsylvania Blue possession, New York Downstate takes it through the neutral zone. Molly Tardy, the Glenside, Pennsylvania native, kickstarting the charge. And with a scrambling defense, it may have been McKenna Kelly who was able to stop the Blue running downhill. And again, it'll be another turnover.
That's a bit of a risky proposition from a defender. If you look that defender off and maybe find the player that's closer to GLE, maybe the goalie comes out or something. But the gamble paid off in that instance.
Casey Smith taking the circuitous route. Defender from Port Chester, New York. A lot of downstate New York, but Westchester, that type of area, Orange County. As they penetrate into the left end of the field here at DE Turf. Again, our first of 4 championship games. Classes of 26, 27, 28, and 29, all to come consecutively on this Saturday afternoon.
Now, first real look at this New York offense. It's interesting to see kind of what they set up in. It's like they're trying to run some pick plays through the middle.
They dipping and diving, but it won't go. First shot results in a beautiful save for PA Blue. They'll keep that shutout streak going now, nearly into a game and a quarter.
Yeah, Kylie Milot getting low on that one.
Right back the other way. Pennsylvania Blue can't answer. And it will be backed up by PA out of that backside corner halfway through the first quarter. Still in search of our first goal. 10 minutes running time, regardless of the score, throughout these 4 quarters. Kelly Bryan deposits into the near side corner, back into the office at X for PA Blue. Arbor Campbell continues the rotation. Go ahead, Chris, sorry.
Real active and aggressive defense. You know, neither team really been able to generate any good shots. I mean, I'd say the shot that New York got off was a decent shot, but I mean, you're fighting through a double and you get a shot onto the frame. So any shot on the frame is a good shot, but nothing particularly dangerous yet offensively from either of these squads.
We mentioned they're young. It's class of 2026, but possible fatigue anytime you play 6 games in just over 24 hours. Blue looking for the cutter. Was not on target. Fourth first quarter turnover by PA Blue. Tip your cap to the New York Downstate defense, keeping that nucleus tight to the crease. Stacey Smith avoiding some traffic. Gotta know how to do that if you're from downstate New York. They have one shot on goal in the quarter. And it was indeed stopped by Kylie Malott.
Yeah, I suppose it doesn't matter what Orange County you live in. There's going to be cars in your way.
This is true. No matter which coast, you're doomed. Most of the talent here at American Select as part of that Northeast hotbed, we'll call it, for lacrosse. Whistle here with just over 3 minutes remaining in the opening quarter. It'll be restarted by the Downstate offense.
That was Cutter in the middle. It's free per second.
Down to the doorstep, they score. Cora Moore. And New York is on the board. It takes 7 minutes for one of these teams to strike first. New York 1, Pennsylvania none.
Yeah, and I think you saw them finally settle into their offense, and it looked like they were running some pick plays kind of around the perimeter of the 12 and trying to hit those cutters coming through. They missed the first cutter, who came through about here, and then they kept moving the ball, and then that second cutter was the one that was able to get 3 all the way on the other side, complete skip pass through the crease. That's really good offense, and you know, Pennsylvania got caught a little flat-footed there.
Moore, the Mount Kisco, New York native. Downstate goes up. Final 2-end change here in the first of 4 quarters. And another good battle won by New York. The team in white right into the offensive zone, safely into the cross of Giselle DiPietro.
And I'd look for these same cutters coming through as they look to continue moving it.
DiPietro dancing. Deposits goal line extended. Plays a little pass with Whaling. Kept alive in the near side. This is still DiPietro. Taking Riley Austin for a ride. Good defending by the midfielder. Kick to the sideline and salvaged. Great defensive play. First the feet, then the hands from Olivia Palmer.
Yeah, that's a tough break. A lot of lines on this field. You got soccer, men's, women's lacrosse lines. We're playing the red line. So really tough ground ball and traffic, able to goose it out to herself, and then just not picking out the right line.
Loose ball inside the fan, recovered by Pennsylvania. Again, good work by the midfielder, doing some defending in deep. Riley Austin, Haddonfield, New Jersey native. And they are known as Pennsylvania Blue in this tournament. Handful of players that'll represent a couple of other states, Delaware, New Jersey.
Running out of clock here. Gonna have to draw something up here pretty quickly. that they like the
15
ice out here.
seconds. Pennsylvania Blue looking to get the motor moving. Ball loose and recovered by the defense. Quickly back the other way for a last second shot by Blue.
We're off to a great start here in the championship game. Downstate leads 1-0. Both teams came out with a lot of energy, but also a slower start. These teams have been battling over the last 2 days. American Select is one of the premier events of the summer, and these 26s are showing college coaches a lot of great things. Look for Pennsylvania to settle in here and get some more offensive possessions, and look for Downstate to continue doing what they're doing on the draw circle and putting pressure on the defense. Looking forward to a great second quarter here. Back to you, John.
Appreciate it, Teamer. Roaming the sidelines. It'll be a busy and sweaty day for formerly one of the nation's top players. Teamer, a legend himself, back as the Blue Devil at Duke, now on the staff at Arizona State. This is Chris Marshall. I'm Johnny Wincott. 1-0 your score in a highly defensive first 10 minutes. 3 more quarters, all running time. Chris, as Teamer kind of clued us in, what else are you expecting here in the final 30?
Hey, as any time you see games like this in a tournament like this, things open up in the second and third quarters. They've had an opportunity to kind of feel each other out. They're settling into the game, and a lot of times you'll see 80% of the scoring take place in those middle quarters. Things are a little tight during the first quarter. Things are obviously tight during the fourth quarter. So I'm expecting the offense really to open up over these next 20 minutes.
The chase is on to the near sideline. Pennsylvania earns the first possession of quarter number 2, as they did in quarter number 1, courtesy of Riley Finelli. No lack of possession in the offensive third in that first quarter. Not many opportunities, though, for Pennsylvania Blue. Again, a lot of games, not a lot of time. They've already won 2 today. A 5-4 quarterfinal victory over California. Followed that up with a 4-0 semifinal victory over New Jersey Navy, and looking to remain perfect today. They did tie Long Island Black yesterday, so while they have not won every game, they haven't lost yet either. Right down to the doorstep, a curling shot finds its way. Harbor Campbell, and Blue is on the board quickly in the second quarter.
That's a really good handle in tight. Great awareness, able to roll away from the pressure, get the shot off quickly. When you're rolling, you're obviously kind of hiding where the ball is. It's very difficult for the goalie to pick that up. So you see the ball come below, inside quick, great handle, turns immediately, and is able to just put it where the goalie's not. It's a nice step from the goalie to improve her angle a little bit. But that one just sneaks in a little bit on the sidewinder. So that's excellent lacrosse. Great finish there in tight for Campbell.
Campbell, the midi from Jenkintown, Pennsylvania. Again, everyone class of 2026. Rising juniors, still half the high school career left to be played before many of these young, talented lacrosse players will probably take their talent somewhere in the Division I landscape. Molly Doherty through the spin cycle, but then threw it away. It'll be restarted by Michaela Fay for Downstate, looking to trot their way upfield.
Yeah, just enough pressure defensively to be able to knock that one away, disrupt the passing angle. I think that Pennsylvania's probably hoping for a foul there, but you got to keep moving your feet, and I think that one you might be able to chalk up to fatigue.
While Downstate had the first goal in the first quarter, didn't come until about 8 minutes deep. Doorstep, turning, shooting, sailed over the cage, which is now protected by Maeve McGarity. Don't believe it got a piece of the netminder, another Pennsylvania native.
And I think Whaley may have had a little bit more time there in the middle. I mean, they're keeping it on a possession shot, but I think she got a little antsy.
This is Lillis down the seam, briefly drew the triple team. They tried to work it back to the front. Loose ball controlled by Pennsylvania. And Blue is away with it. In search of their first lead here in this championship game, class of 2026. 3 more games to follow after this one. Campbell, who has the lone goal for Pennsylvania.
Yeah, let's see Pennsylvania get back into their set. Let's see if Campbell makes her way back to the center here.
Olivia Palmer plays pass with Sophia Gagliardi. This is Riley Boyd. Sidewinder. Palmer started the sequence, then she ends it. And PA Blue owns both goals here in the second quarter. They take their first lead here in the championship game.
And this is just what we talked about. The offense is feeling a lot more comfortable. They're settling in. They kind of know what the defense is giving them here. A little bit of a two-man game up at the top, little flip, and then just a quick cut inside. The backside defender isn't able to get there in time. Quick handle, quick shot, a little bit of a side release, which is really difficult to judge from the goaltender there. So, really, really nice look, giving up a good shot.
So both goals here in the second quarter owned by Pennsylvania. Half the second quarter gone by until we go to a brief halftime. But even though they've already played nearly 6.5 games over the last 2 days, once those final 2 quarters are over, they can finally put their legs up. It is another draw control victory for Blue.
Let's see if they go back to that and a 2-man motion up top.
Pennsylvania with plenty of time remaining in this first half and no rush. But the pass is intercepted. Ill-advised on the near side. Ella Gould provided the defense.
Yeah, that's great anticipation by Gould. She just snatched that one right out of the air.
Now down to the doorstep, down to her knees. The rebound won't go.
She's in the crease, yeah. What a save.
Off the goal. It did go in, as Chris noted, inside the crease area. So what would have been the tying goal instead becomes a turnover. And now Blue back the other way, moving from right to left here in Delaware.
That's big juice save, too. You look at that. You hear the sideline. A little extra pep in your step on the offensive side. Garrity came up with a huge save there. Really impressive work.
Well, the way this first half is trended, saves will probably become just as precious as goals will, or at least equally as important here with just over 3 minutes remaining and only 3 combined goals.
Yeah, generally speaking, the saves they miss turn into goals.
Double team, 8 meters out. Lead to some sort of free position opportunity here. Pennsylvania Blue looking for the first multi-goal lead of this championship game.
Yeah, defender just got up a little high there.
A little quick on the start, and the shot will not go.
She looked early.
Looked like early movement. And the ball did not cross the line either way. May have gotten the bar. Physical play continuing from White. Casey Smith, the defender. Another restart coming. Clock continues to tick here in the second quarter. Just over 2 minutes remaining. And, yeah, that is the score. Just 2-1.
Yeah, that definitely hit the pipe. So, I mean, you can hear it. And that would have been, something that you'd look back on if it seemed like she went early and that one finds the back of the net. But, fortunately for Downstate, keeper was hanging there with Wesley Pipes.
Well, we said saves are going to be important. I guess Pipes equally as important. The goaltender's best friend emerges here in our first championship game. As we dip below the 2-minute marker. Story remains the same here in the second quarter. It's another pipe for Pennsylvania.
Oh, boy. Pipe City. I mean, that's the thing, though. Like, you're the goalie, it hits the pipe, you had it covered. But there's just a couple of really good scoring opportunities for Pennsylvania Blue. They seem to be really cooking now on offense.
And now no one on the field with more saves than the orange post. Final 80 seconds. Harbor gives it a go. That is denied as well. Scooped up by Nevin Sullivan. Felt some contact from behind. And Downstate continues upfield. 70 seconds to play in this first half. Chance to tie the game before we take our break.
Yeah, similar situation to the European Championships this year, with own goal taking home the golden boot once again.
Michaela Fay gets the motor moving. Fay on goal, no go. It is
what a save in tight.
Quarter. And here comes Blue.
I mean, Fay had a really nice move to get her hands free. She was right down the center. That's just great save.
Unsettled defense. Farmer kick-started the sequence, but it's ended by the netminder. So maybe time enough here for New York. Downstate got to go the length of the field in 15 seconds. But a giveaway almost leads to another goal.
Let's see the officials coming together here. I mean, that's dangerous play.
We told you 10 minutes running time in each of our 4 quarters. The officials do have the authority to stop that running clock if they deem necessary. So not only did they stop the clock, they've put 10 more seconds back on. 12.4 ticks. Free position shot straight on. And that won't fall either. Bouncing ball is recovered by Downstate.
That pipe again. I mean, that one comes off the crossbar. You get the bounce shot off the crossbar and then straight up. That's unlucky. Downstate is fortunate to only be down 1 right now. They could easily be down 4.
I took the words right out of my mouth. PA Blue does have the advantage at halftime 2-1, but you feel like it very easily could have been maybe 5 or 6-1.
Well, now is when you take advantage of that. I mean, you come in, you huddle up. Hey, we could be losing more than we are, but we're in this game, so we got a chance to win.
All right, I'm joined here by Julie Young, coach of PA 2026 Blue. Julie, what are you seeing so far in the first half?
It's been a pretty exciting game. I think we did a good job being really patient on attack. We hit 3 posts there in that second quarter, but we're taking our time. We're looking for good opportunities. So I'm really proud of our patience on attack. I think defensively, we're doing a pretty good job. We're playing a zone defense, and our goalies are coming up big right now for us.
What's your messaging to the team heading into the second half, and how do you widen this lead?
I think it's just composure, and to play smart, right? Like, this is a high game where, emotions can get there. So it's just kind of making sure we're taking our time. Biggest thing is to emphasize to attackers, don't shoot unless you feel you have that shot and that you have a clear lane to goal. So it's just really, I think, that patience. And then defense is just kind of like sitting back, have each other's back, and just playing like really disciplined back there.
Looked like McGarity came in the second quarter, made a couple of big saves. Talk about her presence on the field.
Yeah, she's huge there. It was unfortunate, like, she got that rebound there, but they scored on that. But she's come up big all weekend for us. Both goalies are just sparks. And when your goalie makes a big save like that and saves you as a defensive unit, it just sparks your whole team.
Awesome. Best of luck, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, I'm joined by Coach Bonnie Conklin of 2026 Downstate. Coach, talk about that first half.
Very exciting. A lot of good play out there. A lot of fast movement from both sides of the team. I think we need to do a better job of winning the draw. We didn't have a problem against them this morning when we played them. We dominated the draw, and we're really hurting in that area right now. But the kids are pumped. They know what they need to do in this second half to make a difference out there.
Casey Cummings and Michaela Fay have been big on the draw circle all weekend. What's your messaging to them to help make that switch in the second half on the draw circle?
I think Casey just needs to start winning it a little bit more to herself and bring her momentum through it. And if she can't get it, then Michaela's usually the scrappy one that beats anybody to the ground balls. Nobody can beat Michaela Fay. She's the fastest kid in the 2026 class. She'll come up with everything. We just got to get it in the direction of where she is.
She's been fantastic this weekend. You had some nice ball movement that led to your guys' first goal. How do you replicate that on offense?
We just need to keep the ball hot. I mean, they're playing a backer. They got a lot of girls hanging out in the 8-meter. We need to get that shooting space call. We need to get the 3 seconds. And if not, we'll post our tall girls up, and we'll finish like we did in the first quarter.
Awesome. Best of luck, Coach.
Thank you. Thanks, Teamer.
Well, as you noted, all draw controls, important ones. We are back to another one here to start the second half. New York Downstate did not score in the second quarter. PA Blue did not score in the first quarter. Teamer class got to be joined by members of both coaching staffs, gave us a little insight into the first 20 minutes for two pretty tired teams. We get it, they're young, but it's a lot of games, 7 games now in fewer than 2 days. It all comes to an end in less than 20 minutes. One of these teams will hoist the trophy.
And this is what we see from these. This is when you need that third scorer to really come up big and find a way to help your team win. The team with the most depth is usually the team that'll come away with the victory in a tournament like this.
Already changing possessions early here in this third quarter. Downstate through the neutral zone. Charlotte Murray, the Bronxville, New York native, flip pass just into the offensive zone. This is Ella Gould. And another defensive play by Blue. Battle won along the near side by Riley Austin.
Yeah, looks like it was Caitlin McCarthy with the anticipation play.
A little bit of an unsettled defense. Nearing that doorstep. They will send it to the back 10, set up the offense.
Yeah, if I'm Pennsylvania here, take some of the air out of the ball. I mean, there's no need to rush. They've been creating good opportunities. They've been the better team offensively. So, I mean, I think take some of the air out of the ball and just get into your offense, wait for a great shot, and just keep doing what you're doing. But don't give an opportunity for Downstate to catch some momentum on the offensive side. Blow this game down.
Doherty fakes the pass. Doherty able to draw the free position opportunity. A little bit of a deke there to Ellie Kaplan. She had never lost the ball.
I was wondering when we were going to see that. That was the first time in that kind of two-man look at the top that we didn't see them pass it.
It's another goaltender save. This one comes courtesy of Emily Rodriguez. As we talk about depth, we have seen it in net for both of these teams. Part of the reason why we still only have 3 goals.
And that's a good position save, right? She was in an aggressive position. I don't think she ever saw it. It's a quick shot. A defender's in her way. And she's able to take an aggressive stance outside of the not outside the crease, but further away from the goal line, and that creates a smaller goal for the offensive player. So a good position save.
Good look here at Michaela Fay, one of the players that Deemer mentioned to the coaching staff. She has been critical for them in this tournament, and it's another netminder save. Blue looking to turn defense into offense. 5-on-4, Pennsylvania Blue. Down to the doorstep, they complete the sequence. It's Ellie Kaplan, and it's the first multiple goal lead of our 2026 final.
Well, and that's a great look, able to pick her out on the wall pass there. And again, that's 2-goal swing. A massive save on the defensive side. You see Emily Fay throw the fake and then go low. Awesome kick save in tight. That's a big momentum save. Then coming back the other direction, a little bit of a wall pass, 2-man game from Brian to Kaplan, and that's surgical. That's a big time play. And like I said, 2-goal swing. It could have been 2-2, but now it's 3-1.
New York Downstate, they've got 5+ minutes to get a goal in this third quarter. If not, they will have gone 2+ quarters without scoring a goal in this final. Draw control, bodies hitting the deck. You can see some of that fatigue and soreness for these rising juniors, many of whom with bright futures, collegiately and professionally. That is such the case here at the American Select Championships. Downstate looking for any source of offense here halfway through this third quarter. Good news is they only trail by 2.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of lacrosse left to be played, and they're creating good opportunities, but, I mean, 3 just fantastic saves. I mean, reaction saves, just being where you're supposed to be positionally, and they aren't bad shots. And so, I mean, I think you keep shooting. You know, you just hope that these are going to start to fall. And, you know, like in hockey, a hot goaltender can turn the whole tide of a tournament or a game.
Well, right now, the goaltenders have probably dictated this game more than any other player at any other position. And clock continues to tick, trending toward the 4-minute marker. Off the restart, Downstate toward Cole and in Cole. It's Michaela Fay yet again. And the Suffolk, New York native answers quickly for Downstate, makes it a 1-goal game.
And that's a sign of a great player. She goes in there, she gets stuffed on her last free position. This time, she throws just about the same fake, but then goes top shelf. So when she took this shot, she was in a very similar position before. You know, throws the fake, keeps the stick tight to her body so she isn't, you know, susceptible for getting that check, absorbs the pressure, and then goes to the top shelf where she went low on the last one. So understanding the scout, learning from your mistakes, and finding success. Impressive work from that young lady. She looks great.
Battle for the ball. More bodies hitting the turf here in the third quarter of this final game. Pennsylvania Blue emerges. So a late third quarter goal for New York Downstate. Their first goal was a late first quarter goal. And with fewer than 3 minutes remaining in this third frame, trending towards maybe another instant classic here in a final game. And we have 3 more of them to come this afternoon. Class of 2027 to follow, then 28 and 29.
For me, this is a really important goal. You know, obviously you push the lead back to 2. If you're PA Blue, you have an immediate answer. That's great. But I mean, if this gets back to 3-3, then you really have to like where Downstate is in terms of their momentum, in terms of their confidence. If there's an immediate answer, you know, that's an easy opportunity to kind of fold a little bit and let Pennsylvania come away with it. So this one's a really important goal.
Got a good look at number 9, Sophia Gagliardi from Westchester, Pennsylvania, not to be confused with anyone on the other side from Westchester, New York. Tegan Cook dancing and diving at X. Able to navigate around the defender, brought to the near side. Blue still surveying. This is Olivia Parmer. She's got 1 of the 3 goals. Parmer drew the double, lost it. She is able to recover. Pressure remains on, drifts to the neutral zone. And White emerges in the form of Boji Whaling.
Man, another great defensive play. I was just about to say that doesn't show up in the stat sheet, but the double team that caused that turnover on this end of the field for Downstate was a really well-timed double. Waited for the offensive player to turn her back, then collapsed. That was a really nice defensive play, and I wanted to call it out because, like I said, it doesn't show up in the stat sheet, but that's a really heads-up play on defense.
Pennsylvania Blue with the 1-goal lead. Not in any rush here with 30 seconds to play in the third quarter. Sort of basketball style. They're hoping to hold for the last shot.
I think that's the move. I'm always surprised when you see, these teams go to cage with like 20 seconds left, because that's obviously enough time to get going to the other side. I mean, maybe you get inside 10 seconds, you get a possession shot that gives you an opportunity for an additional shot, but you got to get these, not let the other team have an opportunity.
Well, it doesn't look like Pennsylvania Blue will get their opportunity. There was a whistle before the buzzer, but that'll do it for the third quarter. Pennsylvania Blue still maintaining a 1-goal lead, 3-2 over Downstate. Our fourth quarter starts next. The class of 2026 championship game at the American Select on Lacrosse TV. Early movement by Riley Finelli for Pennsylvania Blue will give possession to New York Downstate.
Yeah, this is important possession here. I think, wow.
All out of the chaos, Pennsylvania grabs it right back.
Well, and that's like some good individual effort holding off the defenders from Phil there, or sorry, from Campbell.
Well, you mentioned towards the end of the third quarter, next goal is an important one. 4-2 fourth quarter, awfully different game from 3-3 fourth quarter. And keep in mind the running clock. Time's going to go a little bit faster than you'd anticipated. Right now, Pennsylvania Blue with that 1-goal cushion, not in any rush. Right now in the form of Ellie Kaplan. Goal line extended, the one-touch feed. That won't go either. It has been a goaltender's display in our first of 4 championship games. Emily Rodriguez has another save.
One Torin Witek with the run out there, really doing the little things, doing the work to get that possession back. I mean, she runs that shot out, immediate recognition, turns, sprints towards the end line, and that's a turnover. And that's an effort play, and those are the kind of plays you need, especially in the fourth quarter, to come away with a victory and to come away with the trophy.
Well, not to say that a goal there would have put Downstate out of the game, but it keeps them within reach for a 1-goal game. And that one sails wide left of the cage as well. Ella Gould, the Nyack native. This one wide of the cage as well, but for a second consecutive sequence. Backed up by the team primarily from New York. Casey Cummings, well defended, gave it up behind the cage. Low shot did not get through. Pennsylvania emerges in the form of Paige Doherty, the defenseman from Doylestown, Pennsylvania, leading the charge into the neutral zone. PA Blue into the offensive third.
Now let's see if they can get going here. They were having success with the cutters. Obviously, Campbell in tight, Kaplan on the backside. I mean, I think look for Kaplan again, as we'll see if they'll go right into the little flip play there on the far side. But they're looking for Kaplan off that pick play, so look for the off-ball movement here. You see the pick on the far side, 3 players offensively getting together. See if any of them can sneak away.
McHugh calling for it. That was number 18 streaking through the lane, couldn't get to it.
Yeah, just a little behind her on the pass. I mean, that comes a step earlier, and that's a really good opportunity. But I mean, you see them going into their offense. They have that kind of 3-player bunch on the far side. That's effective for a couple reasons. It creates traffic for the defenders if they're able to get the offensive players through. It also creates more space for the player with the ball and creates some dodging lanes. So it'll be interesting to see what they go to. They haven't gone to that one-on-one dodge as often as they've been looking for the cutters, but maybe now's the time to try and make that play work, get your puck dodger in kind of the ISO situation, since it's not really what they're expecting, and try and get a shot on cage.
Well, neither team seems to be in a particular hurry here. We dip onto the 6-minute marker, fourth quarter. Downstate with a goal in the first and a goal in the third. Pennsylvania Blue with 2 in the second and 1 in the third. I should note neither coach has used any of their timeouts. They each do get 1 here in the second half. That was Parmer again in a dangerous area. Here is number 20.
Yeah, good patience here. There were a couple of spots where maybe you could have forced a shot or forced a ball in, but good composure.
Callie Bryan, number 3, just outside the center of the box. Olivia Parmer, spin dodge right, shooting one wide of the cage. Immediately backed up by Pennsylvania. Again, they're in no rush. 4 minutes and 45 seconds away from being crowned the class of 2026 American Select Champions.
Well, it's the more time you spend on offense here, the less time Downstate's going to be able to go on the offensive side. So, I mean, this is a good strategy. Take your time. You're taking good shots. You're creating good offense. So bleed as much of this time off the clock as you possibly can.
Gagliardi tipping through the defense, and somehow Rodriguez kept it out. Save after save on the left end. And a chance to tie for New York Downstate. It's DiPietro at speed.
I mean, I'd like to see Faye get the ball on her stick here, do what she needs to do to get free, and start stirring the pot. But I mean, you wanna have your best players touch the ball at this point in the game.
Neither team has scored here in the fourth quarter. Downstate for the tie. It won't go. The denial provided by McCarity. But a turnover in a dangerous area, and it's picked up by Casey Cummings.
Interesting strategy. It looks like quarter to quarter they're switching goalies. I mean, I know they're quick, but especially if you've got someone who's hot. It seems like it'd be tough to come in and out like that.
There was a good dance for Michaela Fay. Could not get it on goal. Backed up though by Cummings. So possession remains at the right end at DE Turf. Again down to the goal line. Another save. It's a save by Maeve. And McGarity with 3, maybe 4 this afternoon. As Casey Cummings looks to be a thorn in her side. We may have our first time out of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that's exactly what we've got. And so cool. Really composed on this save. Looked like she was tracking it the whole way. Gets inside, goes high, right into her stick, no rebound. Tells the team to calm down. That's exactly the kind of composure you need between your pipes, with under 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Really impressive stuff.
And this all coming from a rising junior, only 2 years of high school experience, as this is now the first timeout by either team in any quarter of this game. Comes at a critical time, 2:35 remaining. This is the class of 2026 championship game here at the American Select. He's Chris Marshall. I'm Johnny Wincott. We've got Deemer Class roaming the sidelines. Another instant classic in a championship game. Just because, Chris, there aren't a lot of goals doesn't mean it's not a good game.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this has been a great game. It's been really exciting. Both teams are creating good offensive opportunities. It tightened up here in the fourth quarter, just like we were expecting. Great saves from both goalies in this quarter in the last 90 seconds. So really, really nice work. I'm excited to see how this one plays out. But it's this is why you play the games.
At the conclusion of this game, our first of 4 championship games today, whether it concludes in 4 quarters or needs additional time, we are slated for a 2 p.m. first draw between New Jersey Navy and Long Island Black in the class of 2027 championship game. So you can keep it tuned here to Lacrosse TV all afternoon turned evening. for our quadruple header of finals games here at the Delaware Turf.
And, if I'm Pennsylvania Blue here, you want to have, one of your best athletes starting with the ball here. You got to get down the whole field. I mean, you can take off most of the time left on the clock with a good offensive possession here. So I think it'll be interesting to see how quickly, presuming that Pennsylvania Blue will be able to get this ball onto the offensive third, but how quickly they go to a double or a high pressure defense. Because, I mean, they need to get the ball back.
Molly Tardy does the majority of the heavy lifting. Gets it into the offensive third. And do we have our other timeout here? Whistle, 2:20. And it'll just be a quick restart here for Pennsylvania Blue. Although I'm not sure if quick is the best word. They are doing everything in their power to be pretty darn slow in the final 2 minutes. Leading 3-2. Here, McHugh. As the defender following her footsteps. Being tracked down by Nevin Sullivan. McHugh decides not to shoot. Headsy play to pull out. Had an opportunity to maybe make it a 2-goal lead. Instead, her team will keep possession and the lead with 100 seconds.
On paper, I love that play. But, man, she was wide open. I mean, it's working out because they have the ball there. And they get it off of the potential turnover. And obviously you want to take some time off the clock. But at a certain point, if you've got a great shot opportunity, maybe take it.
Well, I guess one of those plays now that we'll only know in a minute and 10 seconds if it was the right decision. She's got it back again. McHugh, the Berwyn, Pennsylvania native. A lot of green space. Flips it inside. Pennsylvania Blue not looking toward Gage with less than a minute to play. Whistle will certainly work to their benefit. Running clock continues. Now it has been stopped at 47 seconds.
Well, I suspect we'll see stoppages from here on out, or any of the dead balls. And that's smart. It prevents teams from just kind of throwing the ball away.
Caitlin McCarthy from the neutral zone into the offensive third.
Yeah, and heady play to stay on side there.
Arbor Campbell logging her 10,000 steps. And the Pennsylvania Blue supporters can start to taste it. The final seconds tick away, and Pennsylvania Blue, your class of 2026 champions at the American Select here in 2024.